That's black magic. It's Satan. No, it's origami. Origami is Satan.
Yeah. Hi, and welcome to Close Enough Podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Jay. What are you drinking today, Mike?
Wait. Are you real?
Am I real?
Yeah, are you real?
Yes, yeah, I'm real. You talking about the guy at the Cuban shop?
Oh, yeah, dude. Come on, that was fantastic.
Before we started this show, because of the movie we're going to watch, Mike had a hankering for Cubans.
Yes, I did.
So we went up to a local Cuban sandwich shop and
Not bad. Not great, but not bad.
flat sandwich.
Oh,
And,
knock it off.
I'm wearing a kilt because they're comfortable and, I'm Irish and that's fine.
And you always wear a kilt,
Yeah, it's
pretty much.
way better than pants. Guy behind the counter is taking Mike and Juanita's orders, and he looks over their shoulders at me and goes, "Are you real?"
I knew what he was going with, but continue.
Like, what? Am I, yes, So I just kind of looked at him, kind of deadpan, said, "No, I am a figment of your imagination."
And I turn around and I go, no, he meant, are you really Scottish? He actually said that, but you wouldn't let him get to that part of the sentence.
All he said was, "Are you real?" And I'm kicking myself. I really should have fucked with him a little further. I said, "No." Pointed at the other guy and said, "But he knows. He knows everything. You need to nip this in the bud." And then left without ordering. That's what I should have done.
Yeah, but then you would have never gotten your food.
It wasn't that good.
And you would have been waiting in the parking lot until my food was done, because there was no way I was leaving that place without a damn Cuban.
You don't get opportunities like that every day, though.
No, it was pretty funny.
I'm kind of sad. Like I said, I'm kind of sad I didn't think of that until later. But yes, Mike, I am real.
Okay, at least we cleared that one up.
Okay, so do you have any other silly questions, or can we get on with this?
We can get on with this.
All right, you got a drink there.
Yes.
What do you got?
Well, it's something I just made up.
You just
I
made it
named
up.
even. It's called the Cheap Orange Pussy.
Did you just make that up right now?
No, I made it when I went out to smoke.
All right. Is that so we can get more views on our video?
I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy.
Terrible sandwiches and cheap orange pussy.
Yeah, so,
So what's in a cheap orange pussy?
well, I don't have exact measurements for you, because I kind of just poured it and made it the way I would. But it is orange and a pineapple vodka with some orange Monster energy drink and orange Fanta. It's pretty damn good. I am not gonna lie. So I guess you could think of, if you put some orange flavoring on a nice pussy, maybe that's where it tastes
You
like.
should call it the Firebush.
Firebush. No, it's not red. It's orange.
Whatever, man.
All
You
right.
shouldn't be allowed to name things.
Well, it was. You know what? The name does not exist on another drink. I researched it before I came up with it.
The cheap orange pussy.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
So what's it taste like?
What? What does it taste like?
Yeah.
Tastes like good orange with a hint of pineapple, and it gives you a nice little
I would have called it the orange.
the orange.
Yeah.
But well,
I'm not good at naming things either, so.
yeah.
I mean, come on. We named our show close enough.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that took us a couple hours to figure that one out. Anyways,
It did.
walking down the street at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning.
We are not a smart bunch.
Oh shit. Well, all right. Off of orange pussies. What do you think of today, Jay?
Well, lots happened this week, but one thing that I've been following. Do you know who Jeremy Clarkson is?
Refresh my memory.
He's one of the presenters of Top Gear.
Oh yes.
He's the tall, belligerent one.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
I'm a car guy. I'm a Top Gear fan.
I've seen a few episodes. I've liked everything I've seen. I just haven't watched it religiously.
I'm not afraid to admit that Top Gear has made me laugh so hard I've wet myself 3 times.
Seriously.
Seriously.
Wow. Okay.
I am not joking. I have laughed so hard I've peed a little bit. I love Top Gear. A lot of people love Top Gear. Millions of people watch Top Gear every week.
It's actually, I heard something on the radio. It's in like the top 3 rated shows that started in England and came over to America,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
like of all time.
It's one of the best shows. I mean, there are dozens of spin-offs. There's an American version, there's a German version, there's an Australian version. I think there's like a Saudi version. There's so many versions of it, but Top Gear UK is Top Gear. And everything else isn't. You've got your 3 presenters, James May, Richard Hammond, and Jeremy Clarkson. Clarkson's been on the show longest, and is considered to be the leader of the bunch. Well, earlier in the week, Clarkson arrived late for dinner at a shoot and got really pissed off, bitched out one of the producers for 20 minutes straight, and then punched him in the face.
Because he was late?
Because he didn't have hot food waiting for him.
Oh, okay.
Because he was late. Yeah, it's a dick move. We've all done dick things. After the event, Clarkson went to the BBC and said, hey, this is what happened. He was immediately suspended, and the last 3 episodes of Top Gear for the season were put on hold while they figured out what to do with him. Now, there's been a lot of public outcry about this one. A 1 million signature strong petition was signed to reinstate Jeremy Clarkson, which was delivered to BBC headquarters by the Stig, their masked, tame racing driver, in a tank.
What?
They drove a tank to deliver this petition with 1 million signatures. Everybody's going, reinstate Jeremy Clarkson, reinstate Jeremy Clarkson. Well, instead, they fired him.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Too bad that he didn't have the, 364,000 signatures?
He had 1 million.
Yeah.
He had 1 million signatures.
England doesn't work the same way as California, I guess.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people... I'm a big car guy. I love watching Top Gear because, unlike what a lot of people think, Top Gear isn't a show about cars. It's not a motoring show. It hasn't been for a long time. It's a show about 3 dudes dicking about. And the chemistry that those 3 presenters have, I've never seen it anywhere else. We don't have that kind of chemistry. I wish we did.
Yeah.
People would listen to our show. But it's an amazing show. It's a show about friendships. It's a show about adventures. They go all over the country and they drive shitty cars across, they drove across Africa. They rode 3 motorcycles the length of Vietnam. They bought a car in Miami and drove it to Louisiana and got chased by rednecks in Alabama.
I think I saw part of that one.
Wonderful show, wonderful times, wonderful memories, and thank you, Clarkson, and the guys for those memories. But the BBC's right, get the fuck out.
Why?
What would happen if you went to work and punched somebody in the face?
Oh, yeah, I'd be fired in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
Would millions of people sign a signature and have it delivered by a tame racing driver in a tank to your boss to reinstate you?
Maybe 4 people would be like, dude, come on, it was a mistake. And that'd be the extent of it.
But not 1 million.
No, God, no.
And there would not be public outcries.
No.
Would people send your boss death threats?
No.
Maybe. But
Well, so depending on which boss you're referring to, I think some people are already doing that.
But the fact of the matter is, you, Mike Nobody, probably a W-level celebrity, we have a show on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, somebody knows who we are.
That's true. Okay.
Thank you, somebody.
Especially with episode 9.
Excellent. But no, I actually have to agree with the BBC on this one. I'm sad to see Clarkson go. I'm sad to see that it's the end of Top Gear as I know it, and I'm sad for the other presenters, Hammond and May, who either have to carry on this show without him, which I don't think will work, or who will now need to find other jobs.
Yeah.
I know Top Gear's producers already left, but that's what it takes. When you punch somebody in the face at your job over a childish tirade, not warm steak for me. You belittle somebody for 20 minutes. I don't care how cool you are, or how good your music is, or how much I love your show, or how sexy you are, or how big your tits are, or how many times I've seen your snatch getting out of a fucking limo. If you drive drunk or punch somebody in the fucking face, you face the consequences.
That's a good point.
Celebrities should be the best of us. They are the people we aspire to be. They are the people we look up to, for better or worse.
Justin Bieber?
Fuck him. Fuck him and his stupid little 12-year-old ass.
Pop scrotum.
But, no, you always see it. Dickhead gets arrested for drunk driving. He loses his license for 2 years, goes to jail, fines, riding his fucking bicycle to work, whatever. Justin Bieber gets caught fucking speeding, street racing while on coke, and it's like, oh, he's fine. He's in celebrity rehab. He goes to the Betty Fords, they slap him on the wrist and send him on their way, and it's entirely the wrong message.
They do that all the time with celebrities.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. At that point, I don't think anymore that it's that they have money. It's that they have fame.
Exactly.
And they don't want to ruin their fame. But yet, as they say, any publicity is good publicity. So how do you compare that to, your normal average day, Joe that lives across the street from you, like you just said, got arrested for a DUI.
Well, sucks to be him. He's fucked forever.
Yeah, but Lindsay Lohan's been arrested how many times in the past 6 years?
I don't care. Too many.
That's she
Which-
still gets
Which
off.
is exactly my point. So now you've got Jeremy Clarkson. He is the face of the BBC. He's bringing in, I think it's an estimated $51 million a year to the BBC. One of the most watched shows in the world.
Mm-hmm.
He punches a guy in the face, and the BBC says, you know what? You're done. Fuck you. And it's a big loss. It's a big loss for the BBC.
It really is. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of Top Gear, but I've seen a good handful of it, certain episodes here and there. Some of the, like you were saying, when they get the crappy cars and they drive across countries, and
Wonderful.
it's fantastic, man. Like it's not specifically just about cars, like you said. There's a lot more to it. They're charismatic with each other. They know how to play off each other's jokes and fuck with each
Absolutely.
other, and that really does make the show. And I mean, that's like trying to throw in a new person to that mix, unless it's somebody that's also been with them that we just don't know. Maybe like there's another party that's a friend of theirs. They've been around for the whole thing. I just can't see that it's gonna work in the long run.
I seriously doubt there's anybody that could walk in, sit down, and pick up where he left off and not piss people off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the way you word it, yeah, that's good for them, I guess. It's sad, but there really is no other way around it. From my perspective, I guess if they're going to try to play it fair, they need to go this route.
The BBC's Director General said, "For me, a line has been crossed. There cannot be one rule for one and one rule for another, dictated by either rank or public relations or commercial considerations." However, he added, the decision should in no way detract from the extraordinary contribution that Jeremy Clarkson has made to the BBC. I have always personally been a great fan of his work and Top Gear. Which is about, I think, the best thing that can be said. But, yeah, that's right. I mean, that's the rule. What if a producer punched Jeremy Clarkson? What if the same situation happened and was reversed? That guy's ass would be out.
Yeah, in a
No
heartbeat.
question. So I want to commend the BBC for standing up and saying, hey, you're the biggest celebrity we have. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. And
I must say, I'm actually surprised that was your reaction. I see where you're coming from, and I agree with you totally, though, especially when you explain it a little bit more. I get it.
Mhm.
But when I knew and heard about this situation, I didn't really see you going in the direction you're going, because I know how much of a fan you are of the show and the people on it.
you can like a person and still disagree with them.
No,
No, you can.
we never do that. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, we don't so much disagree as much as I'm right and you're wrong.
And that's why you have a vagina.
And I love it. Who's paying for this, Mike?
Today's Close Enough podcast is brought to you by Orlando's own Pepper Palace. Hot sauce rubs, barbecue sauces, salsas, and more for all your taste bud needs. Check out pepperpalace.com or visit the local location at the Artagon Mall here in Orlando off of I Drive.
All right, so the bills are paid. What do we do now?
Well, I've still got some to drink.
We did the drink.
You already bitched about something.
I bitched, yeah.
You're real. We figured that part out.
I am real. That's true. Oh!
What?
The movie review!
Oh, fuck yes!
Yes! The movie review.
Movie review time.
All right.
This is a highlight of the week.
This week we watched Chef.
Yes, we did.
Chef tells the movie about an LA chef in a restaurant.
Hang on. Chef tells the story.
Chef is the story.
Yeah, you said Chef tells the
I
movie.
know! You want to do this?
I'm trying to help you.
Get out of my house! Do the podcast through the window. You're on timeout.
Hey, at least I can smoke up there.
Chef is the story of a LA restaurant chef who receives a bad review from a critic, melts down on him, loses his job, and has to go to Miami to open a food truck and find himself. So, Mike, what did you think? Nah, I don't have to ask. You loved it.
I did. I loved this damn movie, man. There was a lot of stuff that I personally related to, I guess you could say. Even though I'm not an LA chef with an ex-wife that's Sofia Vergara, and I'm not hooking up with Scarlett Johansson, but
Shame on both counts.
yeah, there was, man, especially being don't use the damn word foodie.
How could I not foodie the hell out of this movie? It was food porn.
Okay, you can foodie the hell out of this movie. It doesn't matter. There's a difference between fucking idiots that go to restaurants and take pictures of all their food, post it up like, oh my god, I'm gonna jerk off into this meatloaf. And somebody who has that passion about their life, because I'm one of those people.
Make fun of Meatloaf. He was a good artist.
I went to what? Meatloaf?
Yeah, he was a good artist.
Good God, man, you're speaking like some bats out of hell. So
guess what, Pun? We're not putting in the podcast.
yeah, it's gonna go in there anyways, because every time we say we're not gonna put it in, you fucking put it in.
I know.
I
I still have your joke.
I noticed.
I found it.
Yeah.
I was able to back up the file.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'll just put it in. I'm just gonna edit out an entire podcast and just replace everything you say with something stupid you've said before.
That probably won't be very hard. We do about another 10 of these. You could probably get an hour's worth of me talking bullshit. But there is a difference between just a foodie and somebody that's passionate about food, making the food, and you know that you're putting yourself into something that other people are enjoying. Because I'm one of those people. You know, I went to culinary school. I work in restaurants. It's my goal is to have my own restaurant one of these days. Not a high 5-star place, you know, but something where I know I can create the menu and it's all in my hands. And he went through it on a much larger scale than what I do. But the fact that he has this, supposed to have the freedom of the menu, and then this restaurant owner comes in and tells him he can't do shit. He has to stick to the menu.
Rain Man, yeah.
Right now, my restaurant I work in, we're going
Definitely
through...
caviar.
What?
Rain Man.
Yeah.
Definitely caviar.
Definitely.
Open with a caviar.
Definitely caviar egg.
Definitely with a caviar.
Definitely caviar egg. Yeah, right now at the restaurant that I work at, we are going through menu changes, and they're coming up with these items that I really just want to... Like, these chefs that are higher than me that have all the say, I went in and I was helping them with some stuff several times now, and I'm just like, you know, you can do this one little thing, it'll make it that much better. Or... that's kind of stupid, but, you know, I can't word it like that. It's like, hey, why don't we try this instead? No, it's all up to them. Okay. It's up to somebody else. And then what's funny is some of those items get turned down by the vice presidents and all the corporate people that come in and try the food. They're like, yeah, we don't like that. And I'm like sitting back there laughing sometimes, like, yeah, I know it wasn't going to fucking work. Are you kidding me? But his name and his career, his life is on the line. That's his passion. That's what he loves. It's like
his metaphorical life, not his actual life.
Well, a little bit of both, yeah. I mean,
So
that's
he's
your
gonna
livelihood, I should say.
Okay, there you go. Let's say his life's not really on the line.
If you're rebuilding, I know your biggest thing is cars for the most part. You're rebuilding cars. Somebody gives you the freedom to rebuild the car. They walk in and go like, you know, I don't fucking like that. You're doing it my way. And it is not at all what you like, and you think it's going to look like shit, and then they put your name on it and put it in a showcase somewhere. And you know it's not that good, but you have no control over it. You can tell me you wouldn't be upset about that.
Well, I mean, what I do at my job, I work in a retail store, and I'm a coordinator. My job is to do the things I'm told to do by somebody 3,000 miles away.
Right, but I'm saying
And I do
if your
things
job...
that are stupid.
If your job was to rebuild cars and they said you had the freedom to do whatever you want, but when it came down to it, you didn't have the freedom. They took that back from you. Mm-hmm. So the car looked like crap and it was not what you wanted. You're going to tell me that you wouldn't be upset from that. I'm not saying your current job.
I'm certain that I would, yeah. I absolutely get that. I understand why the character was having his meltdown. I get all of that. And I understand critics as well. Being a shitty one on the internet, I know the mind of a critic. Being a shitty critic who basically tears things down, I get it. It's a lot easier to tear something down than it is to build it.
Yes.
I understand that.
No, that's very true.
And that's the point of this movie.
That was actually something that was brought to my attention a couple days ago. Was, you know, most of the time, like you said, food critics, food bloggers, they just talk about the bad things. And there was a local food blogger, I believe it was, that posted that there was a Chinese restaurant down on OBT that got a perfect score on their health inspection. You never hear about that, first of all, from a Chinese restaurant, much less something on OBT. I mean, that's kind of creepy.
Was it next to a grocery store?
I don't think so.
Well, then they must have bought their vegetables. Chinese food stores are notorious for picking dumpsters. Never eat at a Chinese place next to a grocery store.
Never thought about it.
Where do you think they get their produce?
But back to my point is that somebody actually brought that up in I don't know if it was a blog or a specific website, or a news station. I don't remember off the top of my head. But like you just said, it's a lot easier to break something down than it is to build something up.
Oh, absolutely.
And that was one of the few things I've seen recently that was actually something that got built up. It was kind of refreshing. Whether or not I'm going to go eat there, I have no idea. But
It's Chinese food. It's garbage disposal food.
on OBT, that's what got me.
Yeah. You can pick up a hooker on the way home. It's
Yeah.
not one that takes PayPal.
No, let's just have Bender over, slide the car between the slot.
That's awful. You have to hose the card off when you're done.
Hose it, man. I'm going to soak that shit in bleach overnight.
Boil it.
So what did you think, Jay?
Well, I didn't care for the movie. I didn't care for it at all. I was bored for almost 2 hours.
Was it really that boring to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was. Now, I can understand how you would like it. You see, I'd feel about the same way if somebody could make a good car movie, which hasn't been done yet.
None of the Fast and Furious.
I will punch you in the face.
Are you sure? There's like 7 of them now.
I will punch you,
You don't like-
square in the face.
Okay, how about all the Jason Statham movies?
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Get out of my house.
No, I'm going to agree with you. I can't stand the fucking Fast and
I
Furious movies.
haven't seen a good car movie. Maybe Gone in 60 Seconds.
That
The
was a
original,
good one.
not the
Not
new
great.
one.
Oh, I liked the new one because I liked half the cast, so.
Yeah, but the other half of the cast was fucking Angelina Jolie. Yes, Angelina Jolie was in that movie.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about Gone 60 Seconds. I was thinking about The Italian Job.
Oh, no, the new Italian Job is much better than... But it's not a car movie. That's a heist movie.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not a car movie.
No, you're right. Gone 6 Seconds. My
The
bad.
original Gone in 60 Seconds was a guy who owned a junkyard and bought a lot of police cars, like 20 police cars or something from an auction, and went, you know what? We could make a movie. And just some fucking junkyard tycoon's like, fuck it, we're making a movie. Did it with no permits, and just shot the greatest car chase ever known. It's like 48 minutes long. And it's wrecked like 300 cars. It was fantastic. It's a great movie. It's terrible, but...
I have not seen it.
Oh, it's good.
Wait, so you didn't care for the newer version of Death Race?
Oh, fuck you. I didn't care for either version of Death Race.
No, they were both pretty bad.
Actually, there's like 3 or 4 of the new ones now. They keep making them. But, getting back on topic, though, I could see why you would like this movie, because it's a movie about what you do. I see that you could live vicariously through Chef Casper, who just melts down one day at somebody who says he's not good enough. They're fucking molten! Throws it in his face, walks out the door with none of his dignity. Burp. I get that. And to me, that's where the movie started. And it took me 45 minutes to get there. The first 45 minutes of the movie was setup and fucking food montages. As he's whisking and chopping and cutting and sautéing and sliding bread around on a skillet to make a goddamn grilled cheese sandwich. 4 minutes of the film was dedicated to him making a grilled cheese sandwich for his son.
Which he ate half of.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it looked like a good grilled cheese sandwich, but
Yeah,
I
it
used
did.
the individual Kraft cheese slices and butter from a tub, and my grilled cheese is pretty good too.
No,
So-
I use real cheese, not that artificial American synthetic bullshit. But
That's the only thing I use sliced cheese like that for. Everything
Really?
else I shred my own. But it just melts right. No, I mean, it was a good-looking grilled cheese sandwich, but, I mean, to me, food is what I eat so I don't die. I don't have a passion for food. I have a need for food, so pasta's always a big fan with me, because it's easy to cook.
Yeah.
The amount of time he spends cooking every fucking ingredient and making it's like, I'm hungry now.
But that's doing those little things is what you do. I can already see it in your face. You're like, I don't fucking care.
No, I get it, because, I mean, it's the same thing where I'd want to build a car and you'll just go buy a Toyota.
Yeah. Well, no, Subaru. Keep it straight.
You fucking drove a Toyota for how long?
5.5 years.
Yeah.
I'm just
It's
saying,
just
I have a
a
Subaru
car.
now.
It's just a fucking car. People do that. They go out and they're like, oh, a Civic? Popular Mechanics said that was good, or Consumer Reports thought that was pretty decent. I'll just buy that.
That's fucking stepdad.
What's that?
Consumer Reports, man.
Consumer Reports is the only reason people buy Hondas. Because
I-
they're not that good.
Actually, nowadays it's the only reason people buy Hyundais.
Well,
Fucking-
Hyundais are getting better.
Yeah, I know they're getting better, but that's just it. They're like, oh, it's cheaper and it's just as good as a Honda. Well,
Or the Kia Rio, it's the cheapest car in the country. That should fucking tell you something.
yeah. No, I understand what you're saying. The first 45 minutes of the movie kind of gave that build up, that connection to the chef that I look at and I'm like, man, he knows what he's talking about. He cares about the ingredients that he's putting into things. I wish I worked somewhere that I could do that with. And then, of course, he can't as you watch the movie. But that build up is like the daily frustration that goes on in my head with where I work. I don't have any say in anything. I can't create anything. That's what I want to be able to do, that stretch that he does. He brings in that whole pig, the fresh vegetables, and he can't fucking use any of it. That's got to be one of the most depressing feelings in the world, next to realizing you got fucking ED.
Sure, but cinematically, they could have done that in 15 minutes. You could have established that he's in a restaurant, he wants to do things, this is a big night for him, and the boss shuts his ass down. You could have done that in 15, 20 minutes and gotten the movie going.
Well, that was a little bit of character development right there, I think.
But it wasn't... We got it. We got it in 15 minutes that this guy cares about his job and people don't. So that's my point. The movie took way too long because they spent too much time showing us cutting up a pig, or, here, saute these scallions. That's a thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Typically, you don't saute scallions, but you can. That's usually a garnish that goes on last.
Oh, fucking garnish. Don't even get me started on garnishes. What's that? Oh, it's just supposed to look good. You're not supposed to eat it.
That's why I don't ever make anything without a garnish that can't be edible.
Fucking, there's a sprig of parsley. I've never seen anybody eat that.
I walked into another restaurant that's on my property where I work the other day, and I had to use some of their equipment. So I'm waiting for things to work, and I walk over there. They had some tickets coming. I look up, and they had fucking flowers on their plate.
You can eat flowers.
And I looked at the chef that was over there, and I'm like, really? You guys are putting flowers on the... He goes, oh, well, they're edible flowers. And I went, how many people eat the damn flower off the plate, man? And he goes, oh, well, yeah. Exactly.
Well, you gotta make it look good for the Instagrammers.
I don't know. I don't have Instagram.
Instagram is pretty much cats and pictures of whatever people are eating.
Really?
Yeah. That's where the foodies put
I heard
their
there's
shit.
a lot of, like, art on there, too.
You're thinking of DeviantArt.
I know what DeviantArt is. I heard Instagram is, like, the new DeviantArt. Alright, so you gave me your opinion in the first 45. I understand what you're saying, especially if you're not into the foodie part.
Alright, so he's lost his job.
Yeah.
He's a feather in the wind. He's adrift in the sea of turmoil, and
Okay.
and the Twitter infomercial has begun now.
I'll admit that bugged me about the movie. I am also not a Twitter person.
You're not a twat?
I am not a twat.
A Twitter twat.
No. Nor do I know how to tweet. But,
It's twit.
see? I don't even know that one either.
I'm a Twitter twat, but I haven't tweeted. Twitted.
Twatted.
Twat. No, I'm twatter.
Okay.
I don't know. It's the whole thing's stupid.
The whole fucking thing, anyways, I don't know anything about it. Never used it. The only thing I ever see from there is fucking people that, like, link their Twitter to their Facebook.
Why?
I don't know. So, when they were talking about that in this movie, I'm kind of like, okay. Yeah, I'm about as lost as he was. But then there's like you said, the Twitter war, the ad for... Twitter obviously sponsored some of this movie somewhere.
It bugged me when they were typing and the thing popped up above his head, or later when they're at the truck and it's popping up above the head, and then it flew away and it made the tweeting noise.
Well, half the time I couldn't read the damn things.
It didn't matter whether you could read it or not. It yanked your ass out of the movie. You know, I hate it when I go someplace or like a split screen in a montage or something. It just yanks me out of the moment and goes, oh yeah, movie. I'm watching a film, I forgot. Instead of drawing you into the movie, it takes you out of it. Okay, so he's lost his job. He goes to Miami to start a food truck.
He didn't go there to start a food truck. He went there to go with his family.
He got dragged to Miami so that he could start a food truck.
That was not his plan.
What the fuck does his wife do?
I was wondering the same thing. The only thing I could come up with is a model.
So that's what I thought, but she's going to a meeting. She went to Miami to go to a meeting.
Okay, I have no fucking idea.
I spent the whole time going, what the fuck is this woman?
No, you know what? As soon as they got to Miami is when I first asked that question, too. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. What the fuck does she do?
She lives in a mansion. Mm-hmm. She's got servants.
Mm-hmm. Multiple.
Or civil staff. She's getting driven around in a Mercedes. I mean, what does she do? Anyway.
Her dad was cool as shit.
Yeah. So they get to Miami. He gets his truck. It's like, all right, well, here's the start of the two stories. 45 minutes into the movie, we're beginning two storylines. One, he's getting his truck. He's realizing his dreams. He's rediscovering his passion for making cold things hot and giving them to people.
Oh, God, dude. Come on, man. Stop deminimizing.
I will deminimize it all I want.
That is not the word I was trying to use.
Yeah, because it's not a real word. Stop deminimizing what I do. You warm things up and give them to people.
I guarantee you, if I threw you in the middle of any line I've ever worked at, any kitchen, you wouldn't be able to keep up with half that shit.
Yeah, because I'd be like the kid. It's burnt. You can't serve it. They're not paying for it. You take what you get, you'll be happy. There are starving kids in Africa.
No. That shit's burnt. You throw it out, start all over, and hope that somebody's not yelling at your ass until you want to fucking cry because somebody's wanting their fucking food.
That's amazing, because every time I go to a restaurant, they can't figure out what medium rare means. Can't figure out what fucking over easy is. If I can pull the entire yolk out of the egg with a fork, it's not fucking over easy, is it?
Well, that was also one restaurant that you told me both those examples from.
Yes, well, I don't go to
With a
restaurants
different
very
chef
often.
from where it used to be.
Yeah, yeah, it's a major change. Used to be the best burgers in town. Now it's like, eh.
Yeah, that's really sad. Because
And then the waitress
it
comes out.
really that was my favorite burger in town, without a doubt.
I don't even like burgers, and I go there and get burgers. That's got to say something.
Yeah.
And it's the same waitress who's beautiful and intelligent. She comes over and it's like, all right, let me get a burger. Let me get a over easy egg on it, egg runny, please. Bacon, Swiss, regular fries on the side. Please make the egg runny. And she goes, okay. And then she comes back and I hold up the yolk on the fork and she starts apologizing to me.
It's not her fault. She didn't
I
make the
know
food.
it's not her fault, and she's very good at her job. But she has to apologize to me every month. I go back because
Your
there's a
meetups.
meeting of a group that I'm a member of that takes place there. That's why I go there.
Right.
But I wouldn't go there for the food, which saddens me because it was one of the best restaurants in town.
It really was. And specifically going with your issue, the egg, to make a proper over easy egg, if you're going into a halfway decent restaurant, the first thing they tell you to do is make 3 different types of eggs. One of them is an over easy egg. They tell you to hard boil, poach, and do an over easy. That not every restaurant, but if you're going to a nicer place, that's one of the first, because working with an egg properly is one of the harder things to master. And if you can't do it in an interview, they don't want you doing it on a daily basis.
I'm 31 years old. I've been cooking my own eggs for about half that time. I figured out a couple of months ago to turn the stove down to medium.
You don't actually even need to do that. There's a lot of little tricks, but
Yeah, I mean, up till then, my stove had 2 temperatures. Off and as high as it fucking
high.
goes.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm an idiot, I cook things that come in boxes. It's just like, I don't cook. Cooking is the activity that's between me and not being hungry anymore. So it's a foreign thing to me. I understand that people enjoy it. I get it. And I understand there are some good foods out there. Like, every now and then I splurge and go get, a seared mahi fillet. And I roll around on the floor and go, ha 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 ha.
Oh, I didn't know you like fish.
I like whitefish.
Okay.
I just don't know how to cook it. Every time I cook it, it gets fucking rubbery and shit, so I don't. Aside from fish sticks and Gordon's fish fillets, which are fucking haddock and fingers.
Yeah, sometimes cod if you're lucky.
Yeah. But no, I don't. I make a fish-a-majig. That's a hamburger bun, 4 fish sticks, and an individually wrapped cheese slice. Boom, fish-a-majig.
You should try putting some bacon and cheese on it and then toasting it.
Well, there is cheese on it, air quotes for those at home, and bacon's going to require me to cook something for 10 minutes on a fucking griddle first. I'm
No.
hungry now.
Throw it in the oven.
In the oven?
Yes.
I'm not going to preheat the fucking oven.
You get better bacon in the oven than you
Well, I
want.
mean, I guess I'm cooking the fish in the oven anyway, but
See, I'm giving you cooking tips right now.
go fuck yourself.
Whatever. All right, you want to go back to the movie?
No.
Okay. If we're not going to get back to the movie, I'm going to go pee while you keep talking.
You want to take a break to pee?
Yeah.
Go.
Okay. You don't have to pause.
Don't pause it. Leave it go.
Just leave it there. He's going to ramble and see if he can come up with anything worth a damn.
I'm not going to ramble.
Laugh at himself later.
Pull your pants up. You look like a retard.
They will fucking fill down on their own, damn.
Get a belt, you fat fuck.
On basketball shorts?
Then wear pants with a belt loop. I don't have to fucking solve all your problems, do I? These pants won't stay up. We'll get a belt. They don't have a belt loop. We'll get a pant with belt loops. Lose some weight. But, trying to get back onto topic of what he's cooking. He goes to Miami. He starts his truck. He realizes his dreams. He reignites his passion for serving cooler things warmed up for people. But he also reconnects with his son.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, to me, the 2 storylines of the movie as they go on their foodie trek across the southern United States. They stop off in Louisiana to get their fucking dingy donuts. They go to Austin and get
Beignets.
some... What's that?
Beignets.
Donuts.
Beignets.
They're fried dough with
It's
sugar
a
on them. They're
totally
fucking
different
donuts.
thing.
They're donuts.
It's different.
They get their fucking dingy donuts in Louisiana. New Orleans. A coastal city below sea level.
It's one of the top cities I've ever wanted to visit in my life, actually.
It's a coastal city below sea level. It flooded, and they were surprised.
Doesn't mean that I don't want to go there.
Oh, that's fine. It just means they're stupid.
culturally to horror related to food related, everything about that city. I want to go there.
So go there. It's like a day's drive.
Yeah, I don't have the
Well,
kind of
day
money
for
to do
me.
the things I'd want to do, like actually get a hotel room, stay for more than one night, or get to go see the graveyards, get to the.
But they make their trip. And over the time, the kid learns to cook. He understands his father's passion. The two have a connection.
Mhm.
And there is a good story in it. You know, as they go across. And, I don't know, the Miami cop kind of pissed me off. Because it's like, oh, great, finally some sort of, like, counter to their progress. Because things have been going great for some reason. And then, oh, okay, here's a roadblock. Oh, you have to move up the road, because we do have a permit. Oh, well, they do have a permit. All right, so this ain't much. Oh, can I take 47 stupid pictures with you? Oh, for fuck's sake, we're doing this, aren't we?
And what's really weird, you may not recognize him, but he's also a stand-up comedian. The guy that was the cop,
No, I didn't recognize him.
Russell Peters. He's
Okay, I know who that is.
got like 4 things on
Yeah, I've seen him.
Netflix right now.
Yeah. You saw his ex-wife's ex-husband. You know who that was?
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
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 Well, I cut that pretty quick.
Yeah. See, I'm watching this movie and I'm like, is that John Leguizamo? Yeah, okay, it is. Is that Rain Man? Yeah, okay, it is.
It took me a second to catch Scarlett Johansson because she didn't talk like her, or with that dark hair and the bangs didn't really look like her.
Yeah, my lady was like, is that Scarlett Johansson? I'm like, I don't know. She's got clothes on. I don't know. I don't recognize her.
How many things have you seen her with her clothes off?
It's the internet, dude.
Okay.
So we get back, and I mean, there's plenty of movie there, and I think that's the meat and potatoes of this movie.
After New Orleans. Or the
Really,
trip.
From the truck to the arrival in California, that's the movie.
Okay.
Because that's telling the stories. The rediscovery of his passion and the rebonding with his sort of air quotes estranged kid.
Right.
That's what the movie to me was about. It was a feel-good movie with some comedic elements in it. And I liked it. I just thought it was strange that they went to New Orleans and they got their fucking dingy donuts.
Beignets.
Dingy donuts.
Beignets.
We can do this for a long time. We can record for 347 hours with the remaining space we have on that drive. Dingy fucking donuts. So they go there, and then they suddenly know how to make them. Did you notice that? Because when they left New Orleans, fucking dingy donuts were on their menu. And then they go to Austin, and they buy beef that was, char-cooked or smoked or whatever it was that was going on there. They're like, oh, well, let's get some sliders. I forget what they called them, but then that was on the fucking menu. Every time they stopped, they picked up something new.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got to California, went to a food truck rally, and then the critics showed up. And I think that's where the movie should have ended.
All right, well, first of all, to clarify what you just said, if I went on the exact same trip, I would have been able to do the exact same thing. Pick up how to make something new every time I go. And then
But
if
they
I
didn't
wanted
go
to add
there
it, I could.
and learn anything. They bought a donut, then they ate a donut, and then they're like, now we know how to make donuts. Like it was fucking genetic or something. Like they reverse engineered it. They're peeking in the window or something.
It's not. First of all, if you stop somewhere, you're a cook, you're a chef. You can get in conversations with people, and they'll tell
They
you
didn't
stuff.
do that. They just bought donuts and went back to the truck.
And then, second of all, if you know how to do certain basic things, you can figure out how to advance from there.
So then why did they need to go there?
So the kid could eat the damn thing in
Yeah,
a
but
natural...
why did they wait till they got to Louisiana to add it to the fucking menu?
Okay, I don't have an answer for you on that one.
Yeah, because I'm making some kind of sense, aren't I?
No, it's not that you're making sense. This is the way the
I'm
story
making
went.
sense.
I got 2 pennies in my car. Do you want it?
Yeah, I'm fucking poor, dude.
All right.
There's a jar in the other room. Put them in there.
All right, so the movie should have ended with the critic at the food truck rally.
I think it should have.
Why?
I think even John Leguizamo figured it out. He's like, there was a lot of talking and not a lot of punching there. What's going on? He's right. Because this was the guy who kicked him in the fucking ass at the beginning of the movie. The original deal he had with Rain Man was, I'm going to run the kitchen and I'm going to cook whatever I want. You're going to take care of the restaurant. That's the deal we had. And then the guy fucking dicked him over and said, no, you're going to cook what I tell you to or you're going to walk. And then he had to make the shitty fish egg. Fish egg
thing.
Yeah, he had to take the shitty food because he wasn't in charge of his own kitchen anymore. Even though that was the deal, right? So now we've come full circle. And this guy showed up and he says, hey, I want to fund you. I want to put you in a kitchen and I want you to make whatever you want. You know, we're now full circle. We're right back at the very beginning to the original deal that had dicked him over so hard. And he said yes, entirely negating the entire film. The whole thing was a waste of time because of that. If he'd have said, fuck you, no, I'm with my kid, my wife, we've got our truck, I'm cooking whatever I want, my friend's here, I'm happy, boom, feel good movie. But they ruined it. They pulled out and we finished into a napkin.
See, I see it a little differently. I don't know. I mean, he got to have the opportunity to create the menu he wanted, which, yes, I know, like you're saying, the other guy said he could do it too, and then it fell through. But he did it off his truck, which I'm assuming in that aspect meant he still has the truck around as well. So he has the restaurant and the truck. It's all his. It's his food. It's his menu. He can change it, create it, recreate it, collaborate with whoever, do whatever the fuck he wants. That is the concept and why he accepted it. If I was him, I would have accepted the same thing. Now, again, he's going off the food truck back into a stable restaurant. Not quite as exciting, but it seems like, this guy's willing to pay him what he needs and give him the creative freedom that he wants.
Now, as a real world situation, yeah, that's probably the right choice.
Mm-hmm.
But this ain't the real world. This is a movie. And that, I don't know, I just think that ending, I think it took away a lot of the weight of the film. That's my opinion on it.
My biggest issue with the entire film is when he went and confronted him in the beginning.
You at the restaurant with a molten cake?
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Two things. Number one, something we talked about off the air. Sorry, I'm going to bring it up. He's at home making all this crazy food that he was going to make anyways.
Yeah.
My first thought was, great, he's going to take it to him at the restaurant and be like, this is what you should be eating.
I expected that as well.
That was my first expectation. I was definitely upset that that's not what happened.
Yeah, I thought he was going to show up and go, boom, this is my food. This is what I wanted to cook for you tonight. That guy wouldn't let me. Eat this.
And the second part being, that guy wouldn't let me. That bothered me that he didn't bring up the fact, I don't fucking work here because this asshole would not let me give you the menu you deserved. That did bother the fuck out of me the entire rest of the movie. Even at the end, he goes, well, the thing was, you were in my restaurant and he wouldn't let me do the menu, and he cuts him off. He's like, oh, I don't care. That's in the past. It's like, no, let me finish this one statement.
This is important.
This is one thing, is the reason everything started, and the whole movie was created pretty much, was off of that one factoid. And in that, oh my God, it drives me insane. I have a dish right now that's going to be going on the new menu of the restaurant that I currently work for.
Yeah.
And it's a very basic dish, and because of, well, you know where I work, it's overcharged.
Of course, of course.
And
everything in this area of the world costs more than it should.
And one specific aspect of that dish, when they made it, it just came out so, like, I wouldn't eat it at all. Like, one part of the dish is supposed to be like that, bedding garnish, but you still eat it kind of part of the dish. It's almost like putting something on a salad kind of deal.
Yeah.
But they came up and they
garnish
brought it out.
That you eat, that's a salad.
I'm not getting into that. They brought it out and they're like, okay, this is what we're doing. And a couple days later, I had to help with a tasting for the new menu, that being on it. So I made it the way they wanted to. And then myself and one of my other cooks, I came up with a couple ideas. We threw some things in there to make it better. My one chef tasted it and said, I do like that better, but we got to put it by this chef. The other guy came in and goes, no, that's too much. I don't, let's just keep it plain. And I'm like, are you,
did you try it? Me? Did he try it before he shot it down?
He'd take like a piece, not even like a whole bite. He's like, no, that would, and he's that chef that's like, it's not my idea, so I don't care. He's exactly that person. I've had to deal with this guy for almost 3 years now. Pain in the ass. Anyways, that was one of the most frustrating things to me. That tiny little, all it was some seasoning and some little bits to change exactly what he already had. It would have made the dish 100 times better. Doesn't want to listen because it wasn't his idea.
So let me ask you something.
Sure.
When are you opening your food truck?
When am I going to get the capital? That's my problem, man. I will sit down and write you a menu within the next 3 days. Have it ready. I will have a food truck ready, and all I need is the money to get the truck and the equipment. That's it.
Because I understand you have the passion that I seem to lack, and you have the skill that I seem to lack. Because my food truck would probably have a blower on the motor and a microwave, and I'd be like,
and I'm going to assume you're going to reheat a bunch of Taco Bell and some grilled cheese sandwiches.
No, it'd be the Hot Pocket rocket, and I would just. Yeah, it would be a drag racing food truck that serves fucking, how do you want that? Frozen in the middle or hot lava?
I'll tell you what, Jay. You figure out how to get me the food truck, and we get everything set up, right?
Yeah, I got junkyard contacts. I can get you a Roach Coach.
Okay. I will make a Hot Pocket from scratch and call it. What did you just call it?
The Hot Pocket rocket.
Yes, I will call it Jay's Hot Pocket Rocket.
Because it's simultaneously copyright infringement and it's a sex toy.
Yep.
Yeah, the Hot Pocket rocket. I just made that up a minute ago too.
Okay.
But
So I will put an item on the menu that is pretty much a folded over pizza and call it Jay's Hot Pocket Rocket.
the Hot Pocket rocket.
I have no problem doing that.
But, I mean, no, they do a lot of food truck events around here.
All the
I see
time.
them-
Almost every day of the week, somewhere in Central Florida is a.
They do
food
one
truck.
walking distance from here once a month. First Friday of the month, I believe, walking distance from the studio here. There's a crepe truck.
Yes, there
I
is.
like the crepe truck. That's my favorite.
Oh, have you've eaten it a few times?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I used to get my the ham and cheese crepe, and then I found like there's a taco truck that makes pretty decent tacos.
Yes.
So I get those, and then I go to the crepe truck to get the s'mores taco or the s'mores crepe for dessert.
Last couple food truck events I went to, hell, the last two, there was easy 20 trucks. If not more, I couldn't remember off the top of my head. Number one truck had the biggest line at both of them was the fucking chicken and waffles truck.
Chicken. I've never had chicken and waffles. I don't understand it.
So anyways, going back to finish up the movie, was there any points that we didn't hit that you wanted to talk about?
No, I think I bitched about everything I can bitch about.
My only problem was when he's sitting there towards the end before they get back. I think they're in Texas, and he's on the roof of the truck with his son, and he's like, "Hey, so when we get back, you're going back to school. Things are going to go back to normal. You're not going to get to see me as much like always." And the kid's like, "Let me do it on weekends, after school, whatever." I get that maybe not after school, he's got school responsibilities. But the hell, if the kid wants to spend his Saturday on a food truck with his dad, let him fucking do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of the same thing I was saying at the end when he gives up and goes back to the restaurant.
Yeah.
It's just like he gave up. It's like, oh, now you've same thing with the other storyline where he's reconnecting with his kid. Well, it's a shame that this is going to have to end. Don't give up. You're winning.
Now I have one other thing that I all right.
Shut him up.
All right, we've been doing this for quite a while now. Let's get to the end. Jay, what are you rating?
I'm going to give this one. I'm going to give it a 6.
Okay.
Because I mean, there was a movie inside of it. There was 90 minutes of good movie inside of a 2-hour-long movie. If they'd have just cut some shit out, got rid of the Twitter infomercial, and just made the movie happen, it would have been an alright feel-good comedy that I wouldn't have watched, but I would have understood.
Okay.
But I just think they dragged things out too long, and I think the ending fucking stumbled everything. So, that's my rating, which I forgot what I said.
All right. Well, my rating, I'm gonna give it an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoyed the movie. It hit me real deep at home. I mean, it made me think a lot. I think it's funny you brought up the food truck thing, because all I could think about while watching this movie is going, why am I working for some fucking corporate asshole places, man? I need to do this.
Yeah.
This is what I enjoy doing. This is why I got into culinary.
Sure.
This movie is I mean, short of, like I said, having the rich wife with the mansion and sleeping with Scarlett Johansson, but it is. That's why I got into culinary. I was being able to create. Even when back in the day, it was just I'd have parties and friends over, and I would make salsas and grill steak and chicken and burgers for people. Man, I that was why I enjoyed cooking. So, any of our viewers listening, if you're actually curious, you're more than welcome to pitch into our Buy Mike a Food Truck Fund.
Yeah, go for it. Whatever. Fuck it, give him money. I'm going to get the close enough trash can over here, and we're going to find out what it is we're watching this week. Mike, left or right?
Left.
Left it is.
Always left.
Horns.
Horns? Is
Horns.
that what the Harry Potter dude?
Sure, why not? Horns. Head on over to Netflix, queue up Horns, give it a watch, let us know what you think, and join us here next week at this time to find out what we think. Well, Mike, I'm not going to try and weasel out of this one, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm hedging my bets. Unless this quiz is either something completely random or about the geography of their trip, for example, there's no mountains in Miami,
Yeah.
I'm not going to get any of these.
Well, yeah, you're correct. This is all food related. I was
Fuck.
okay. I was having fun and being frustrated at the same time trying to make this quiz because I was trying to make it simple and I realized you don't even eat ketchup.
Not a big fan. It's too spicy.
See, so I'm gonna go with this. I tried to do some basics. If I worded something a little weird or whatever, just let me know, and we'll, maybe I'll try to reword it if it might help.
All right, I'll
I
try
did
and
make
freaking
everything
give me the
multi-
answer. So
Everything's multiple choice,
excellent.
and the name of this quiz is gonna be Top Chef.
Top Chef.
Top Chef.
That's the reality TV show.
Oh yeah, shit. Ooh, I know this one. So you picture me in the kitchen, and you're at your computer, and I yell back, "Jay, do you like cheese on your eggs?"
Oh, you fucking bastard.
That's the name of the quiz.
The quiz is called "Oh, you fucking bastard."
No, do you like cheese on your eggs?
Do I like cheese on my eggs? Yeah, as long as it's not fucking pepper jack cheese, you dick. Here, you eat these. I don't want them.
That's a story we'll have to get into, maybe.
Twattery.
All right, you ready for this?
Bring it.
All right, question 1. What is the best way to deglaze a pan? Do you know what deglaze means?
Oh,
Okay, do you know what soot is?
yeah.
Okay. What is the best way to bring up the soot that builds up on the bottom of a pan? That's what it's called.
With a heavy-duty degreaser, WD-40.
That's not deglazing then. Okay. Your first option. A. Place it into the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. B. Wash it gently with soap and water. C. Add liquid like water, wine, or broth. Or D. Add a sweet ingredient like honey.
I'm thinking C,
C is correct.
because I would soak that shit.
C is correct, yes. When you are cooking, you want to deglaze the pan. Reason being, that's where a lot of the flavor comes to. It starts almost crusting into it. You bring up a hot pan, pour in your wine or broth is usually what's used, and use your spoon or spatula, mix it back into what you're cooking. That brings a lot of your flavor back into the dish. All right, next question. Next question. How do you reduce a liquid or a sauce? A. Pour out half the liquid or sauce. B. Let it simmer gently.
B.
Do you want me to finish the
No.
B?
Yeah.
Okay, that's correct. You got that one. I was trying to make this J friendly, so maybe I went a little too easy.
You eat half of it.
All right. Next question. What do you call the knife technique that involves cutting ingredients into thin, short strips? A. Chiffonade. B. Thinning. C. Dicing. D. Julienne.
D.
Julienne?
Sure, why not?
Correct. Look at that.
Slices, it dices, it makes Julian flies. That's Robin Williams.
No. You're already
Aladdin.
doing...
It will not break. It broke.
Yeah, Aladdin.
Yep.
Yeah. You're already doing better than you thought you did, aren't you?
Hey, you got 9 out of 10 last week. I got a long way to go.
All right. Mirepoix is a mixture of diced vegetables used especially as a basis for soups, stews, and sauces. What 3 vegetables are mainly used for a mirepoix? A. Onions, broccoli, and cauliflower. B. Celery, peppers, and garlic. C. Onions, celery, carrots. Or D. Onions, garlic, peppers.
C.
Yes.
It's always fucking celery and all that shit.
Yes. Does that have anything to do with the fact that she nodded when I gave that answer?
No,
Okay.
I didn't see that.
Just want to make sure. She smirked and
Because
nodded.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, there's always fucking celery and there's always carrots. I don't think there's usually garlic. There's always fucking onions.
Almost every single thing that you eat starts with onions.
I hate onions.
Oh,
Right behind peppers, onions are my least favorite food.
but onion is in pretty much everything that you eat.
Sucks. Like, I can do onion powder. Okay, sure. It hides in there, but you get an onion, you're just like, eh.
All right, next question. Similar to Mirepoix, the Holy Trinity is the Louisiana Cajun equivalent, exchanging the carrots for what ingredients?
So the other 2 ingredients would be onions and celery.
Yes.
Okay.
The third ingredient being garlic, B. Shallots, C. Peppers, or D. Parsley.
Give me B and C again, please.
B is shallots and C is peppers.
Shallots are onions, though. So stop waving your head around over there. Don't give me the hang 10 thing either. I'm gonna go with peppers.
Yes, that is correct. The Holy Trinity, as it's called, is a Louisiana version of the Mirepoix. So you would basically
Just 'cause
start
everything from fucking Louisiana is too fucking spicy.
but they do it with green and red peppers, which have absolutely no spice to them. It just changes the flavors where carrots have a sweetness.
I like carrots.
Yeah, carrots have a sweetness.
Yeah, I like pot pies.
Mhm.
Carrots, peas, and potato in them.
Mhm.
There you go. And some gravy and some chicken. And I've always wanted to make a good pot pie. Because everywhere I go, it's like the Swansons are, yeah, they're all right and all, but I want to make a good pot pie, but I don't know how to do it.
Well, remind me at some point and I'll teach you. It's really not that hard.
No.
Okay.
I don't care enough to do that. I want somebody to make me a good pot pie.
All right. Next question. What temperature does water boil?
100 degrees Celsius.
No, this is all Fahrenheit.
286.
A, 187. B, 212. C, 220. Or D, 300.
I'm going to say 220.
It's actually 212.
It's 100 degrees Celsius. I was correct.
It's 212.
It's 100 degrees
Fahrenheit.
Celsius.
No. All right.
My answer was correct.
No.
I will kill you. Give me that gun over there.
Back to Fahrenheit temperature. And this is something you mentioned
Nobody
earlier.
uses Fahrenheit.
What temperature is medium rare? A, 125. B, 135. C, 145. Or D, 155.
I don't know. I had a strong feeling about 145, so I'm going to say 135.
All right. It's actually 145.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yep. You got that one. Okay, next question. To keep food out of the temperature danger zone for it to be hot held, it must be kept above what temperature? 130, 135, 140, or 145?
135.
That's correct. Florida law is actually 135. Although where I work, it has to be 145. It's 135 unless they changed it recently.
No, that's that shitty, no, 141's not. That's
No, hot held has to be above 135. It has to be cooked up to 165 and then has to stay above 135. For
getting
Florida law.
bored.
Next question. What is not a safe way to defrost meat? You want me to give you the choices?
You want to blurt something out? Leaving it on the counter. Yes, give me the choices.
A, running it under cold running water. B, microwave it. C, on the counter at room temperature. Or D, in the fridge.
It's leaving it on the counter.
Yes, that is correct. All right.
Did you forget to finish the quiz?
No, it just seems shorter than normal, but that's 10 questions.
Huh.
All right, next question. Last question. How many pigs does a typical American eat in their lifetime? A, 3. B, 16. C, 28. Or D, 44?
I'm going to go with 44.
It's actually 28.
Yeah, I've probably eaten more than 44 already.
With all the bacon?
Oh, yeah.
Do you eat any other pork besides bacon?
Yeah, I eat pork chops.
Anything else?
I've had ribs before.
Yeah?
No, I don't typically eat I have eaten other parts of pigs. I do ham, I guess, in thin slices.
Interesting.
You're not going to eat meat anymore? No. What about pork? No. What about bacon? No. What about ham? This all come from the same animal. Right. A magical animal. Do you know pigs are the only animals that are not useful to us alive? The only basic common farmyard animals.
Unless you're holding a farm where you kill a lot of people.
Yes, I've seen that movie too.
It has nothing to do with a movie. Okay, well, yes, it's any movie, but it's also in TV shows. But that's a fact that pigs bore. They eat anything you throw in front of them, especially when they're hungry, and they will devour it very quickly.
Well, I mean, your basic farm has cows, pigs, maybe sheep, and chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Chickens give us eggs, cows give us milk, sheep gives us wool. Pigs don't give us dick until they're dead.
All right. Well, your final score is actually 6 out of 10.
Thought I did better than that.
Nope, 6 out of 10. So you got 6 out of 10 on the quiz.
Right.
How do you feel?
Used, manipulated, betrayed.
I feel like you did better than I was expecting.
Well, that's good, I guess. I can do my thing now, huh?
Yep.
The Close Enough Radio podcast is brought to you by Pepper Palace on iDrive in Orlando. Pepper Palace for all your pepper needs. Our audio technician is Juanita Havana. We want to hear from you. Send your questions, comments, concerns, or... Are you crying? Why are you crying? No, go on.
All your pepper needs?
I don't remember what he said. He wouldn't tell me.
I said for all your taste bud needs.
Neither remember that great.
Stop talking. Shh. Our audio technician is Juanita Havana. We want to hear from you. Send your questions, comments, concerns, music or movie suggestions, or outright insults to closeenoughradio@gmail.com or visit our Facebook fan page at Close Enough Radio. Hey, Mike,
Yeah?
you're not going to guess what happened this week.
I've got a few things here. Is it not what I'm talking about?
No, it's not. Before we get to that, you know how every week I beg for people to call us and send us letters and whatnot?
Yeah.
Someone did.
They called you?
Yeah, well, I get calls all the time. I got a letter. We got a letter.
Really?
Yes, we got an email.
We got an email.
We got an email.
We got an email.
Yes, we did.
got
Yes, we did.
an
Yes, we
email.
did. Yes, we did.
got-
Hello, brother, says the email.
Wait. This is the email?
This is the email. I'm going to read it, yeah, on the air.
Hello, brother.
Hello, brother. I am the king of Syrian origin, Shabab.
Oh, good God.
I am a businesswoman, and I am also a widow. And I
Wait.
lost my...
So it's a man woman.
Maybe that's what Shabab means. I don't know.
All right, go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Sorry. Can I get through this?
Please.
Right, okay. Hello, brother. I am the king of Syrian origin, Shabab. I am a businesswoman, all one word, and I am also a widow, and I lost my husband in the war, and Syria. There is an important subject I want to discuss with you. I hope to communicate with me on a private Emily down my message.
Sorry. Continue. I can't. Yeah.
I want to discuss with you. I hope you communicate with me on a private Emily down my message, or send email to communicate better.
What's a private Emily?
Don't know, man, don't know.
I want to know what a private Emily is. Oh, are you kidding me, man?
No, I'm looking right. It's right here.
This is our email,
I got it on the screen. That's what they sent us.
and it came in worded just like that.
Well, actually, it came in Arabic. That's a translation. This is the original message. You can try and read that if you want.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
To that.
Yeah, no, go ahead. You go ahead. Knock yourself out.
I can't even see a
read that.
letter in that. Okay, so we got that.
Yeah,
which
I
is,
Google
okay, just to
translated it.
clarify, that is all Arabic.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and post that. But hey, fuck it. I'm gonna respond. Why don't you guys send me your emails on how you would respond to this one? We'll respond as a group. We'll keep you up to date on how this goes.
Oh yes, this is.
We'll send them a private Emily.
I want a private Emily. I want to know what it is. I'm sure that's just some awkward translation thing, but that is amazing. All right.
Oh,
So,
we'll write the whole thing up, and then we'll translate it back into Arabic before we send it.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, send us your emails, your suggestions. Leave a message down in the comments below on how we should respond to Private Emily, the king of Syrian origin, Shabab. All right, so Mike, what happened this week?
Oh, just constant stupidity. Before I actually get into my my news stories here, I wanted to bring up something that I heard that I found interesting. I don't know. Were you ever a fan of the Super Troopers movie?
I was, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Me too. I enjoyed it thoroughly,
Mhm.
especially being when it came out as when I was still smoking pot. But
That
so,
enhances a lot of things. Yes,
yes, it does. Now that I don't smoke pot, I don't know if I'll enjoy it as much.
I have it.
But it's a great movie. It's hilarious. It really is. I don't know if you've heard. They have officially announced they are making Super Troopers 2.
I heard.
They have put it on GoFundMe.
I heard.
Yeah. Did you hear that within the first 48 hours they made over $20 million on GoFundMe?
I didn't realize it was that high. But,
Yes. Over $20 million in 48 hours. Why can't we fucking come up with something for GoFundMe that makes over $20 million? Well, we're not Broken Lizard, but
Dude, Jay's Hot Pocket Rocket.
that's true.
Get that shit on the GoFundMe. Seriously, fucking. How much does it cost to do one of those?
What, to make one?
Yeah, set one of those up.
Make the dough, make everything
No,
from
no, no, no,
scratch?
no. Set up a fucking GoFundMe or a crowdfund or something like that.
Oh, I have no idea. I've never
We'll
looked
figure it
into it.
out. Do Jay's Hot Pocket Rocket Machine.
As in, I should call my food truck that?
Yeah, why not?
Because I come up with something.
As we all know, sexual innuendos drive views and interest.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Episode 9.
Episode 6. Yeah, episode 9. All right. Do you think... You know what? Never mind. I'm going to leave that one alone.
Fucking try it.
I was going to make a Star Wars episode 9 joke and just figured...
Oh,
fuck it.
God.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious that even though George Lucas doesn't really have anything to do with the franchise anymore, it's all owned by Disney.
He is nothing. They actually even told him, we don't want any of your suggestions, George. Go home.
Okay, well, just, take all the wind out of my sails. That's fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's exactly what I was about to tell you, twat nubbler.
What?
That he offered, writing for the new movies, and they were like, yeah, no. Yeah, I do have to say, I mean, that's impressive that they were able to raise that much money. I don't want to see a second Super Troopers.
Really? I would watch it.
Well, I liked Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
Did you know they made a second one of those?
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't as good though.
That's my point.
It was okay, but okay, come on,
When
man.
is the sequel ever as good as the first one?
Terminator 2.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's the only example I can ever find because I don't count Empire Strikes Back.
Mad Max.
Did we have this discussion on the show?
I don't remember. Mad Max.
Wasn't the sequel the one with Tina Turner?
No, that was the third one with the
Beyond
Thunderdome.
Thunderdome?
Beyond the Thunderdome, yeah.
I don't think I ever saw the second one. Honey, I Blew Up the Baby?
Road Fury.
Never even heard
Mad
of
Max, Mad Max, Road Fury, and then Beyond the Thunderdome.
it. Nope, never heard of it.
Anyways, off to sequels. All right, let's see here. What do we have for this week? I've got Florida woman tries to pass Gatorade in a drug test. Let me reword that.
Yeah. You passed, Gatorade. Good job. There's no drugs in you.
I wrote that down weird. I'm not reading that. Florida woman tries to pass Gatorade as urine in a drug test.
Okay.
Now, if I read this correctly, yep, I did. There's a specific reason I pulled this up, besides just the stupidity. This was in Charlotte County, ladies and gentlemen.
You know anybody from Charlotte County?
This is my home county, where I am from.
I know some people from there.
Yeah.
They also do weird things with Gatorade.
I'm not sure if I want to know. Do I want to know?
I don't think you do.
Because it wasn't me.
So how did this play out?
Well, as it sounds, Florida woman tried to pass off a mixture of Gatorade and warm water as her urine sample during a recent meeting with her probation officer, according to the police reports. Tabitha
Go on.
29, was jailed last week in connection with her alleged scheme to game the urine test, which is part of her probation requirements, stemmed from her 2013 sentencing for a felony animal cruelty, I guess.
Was she pouring Gatorade on them?
I don't know. Hopefully it was warm. I don't know.
It's got what cats like. It's got electrolytes.
Electrolytes. Yes, great movie.
It's got what cats crave.
It's called what cats crave. Basically, she met with her probation officer and provided a urine specimen. Due to the abnormal color and the abnormal test results, the officer questioned her about the sample source, and she removed a plastic bottle that was concealed in her vagina and basically said, yeah, it's Gatorade and hot water. I fucked
Why
up.
did they think that would work?
I don't know. If I'm reading this correctly, it's even funnier because I don't want to know which one. It says that she was a Wendy's employee. I wonder if it's one of the Wendy's I went to growing up, because there's only like two in the whole
she probably
county.
wasn't working there at the same time. This reminds me of an interesting story. I had a friend. We won't name him here, but one of the guys that we used to live with at that house,
Gotcha.
who was on probation, and he lost his license.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to make it up to the probation office for his meeting. So I drove him there. So I'm sitting in the waiting room while he's in doing his meeting and everything, and guy next to me leans over and he asks me, "How long does cocaine stay in your system?" I'm thinking, "Oh, I don't know, dude. When did you have it last?" "Yesterday."
Yeah.
So I kind of looked at him. I'm like, "Dude, you're fucked. I don't know how long it lasts, but I know it lasts longer than a fucking day." So he's over there chugging water out of the drinking fountain in the probation office, because that's not a clue.
Well, okay, from what I've heard, depending on your fat cell content, actually, cocaine is a 4 to 6 day drug in your system.
I mean, it doesn't even matter. Everywhere I've ever gone where you have to take a drug test, if you piss clear, they kick your ass out of there.
That's where I was gonna go with my stamp. Yeah, you if you're in there chugging water, you gotta piss. You go back, you chug some more. Your piss comes out clear. They're gonna tell you to come back because that's like a cheating fail, I guess they call it. I don't remember the actual term.
When I was trying to join the Army a couple of years ago, I had to take a drug test at MEPS, and I had to blow a breathalyzer to make sure that I wasn't drunk when I was signing this contract. So anytime I know I have to take a drug test, I don't pee beforehand. I save it up so that there's plenty. And I get there, and they're like, "All right, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do your drug test." I'm like, "Okay, 2 things, I can handle that." And they kept tacking more shit on. They'd come in and they go, "Does anybody really have to pee right now?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking me, dude. I'm gonna burst." And they're like, "All right, 1 more thing, and then you'll do it." And then we got shipped off to somewhere else. And finally, after like 5 hours of holding it as I'm going through all these tests. I'm like, all right, I can't hold it anymore. I gotta go pee. Took off, took a piss, came back. All right, drug test time. You're fucking kidding me.
Oh, that's great. I remember one time I had to go in for a job, take a piss test, and I'm in the waiting room, and no lie, I got there. I guess the job had called, said I'm on my way, so they had my name down. I fill the thing out. There's a guy in there. Oh man, I gotta go. He's like freaking out. His eyes are yellow. Like, this guy's been there for a while. I got up, I grabbed some water, sat back down. He's like, man, can you please not drink that in front of me? I'm like, oh dude, I'm sorry, I didn't even think about it. They call me into the back before him.
That's not nice.
I don't know. Maybe it was, like I said, the job had called that I was coming, but they called me into the back before him. I walk off. I'm just like, I'm sorry, man. The guy seriously doing the little kid dance in his chair, just hoping.
All right, last story about peeing on
Yeah.
things, I promise. First time I went in to take a drug test, I went in, filled the little cup up, came back and gave it to the enormous, unimpressed-looking black woman. I was like, there you go. I should do fine. I studied. And she gave me the death stare, and I realized what I had just said out loud. This was the first drug test I ever took. I thought it was clever. This was clearly not the first time she had heard this today.
Uh-huh.
And I understand it now with people that come in and say, oh, that 20 should be good. I just printed it.
Yep.
Oh, it didn't ring up. It must be free. Go fuck yourself.
And you say that to past self now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I realized as soon as I said it out loud and she gave me that look, and I apologized. I said, I'm sorry. You must hear that continuously. And I just went and hid from Aunt Jemima.
Oh,
Before
Jesus.
she slapped me.
All right, next story. It's a little sad. Frat boy bites head off hamster in horrific video at drunken spring break party.
Look at me, I'm Ozzy Osbourne.
No, it's a hamster, not a bat.
Yeah, well.
And from what I'm seeing here, let's take another trip. This is our third week back to Panama.
Panama City?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Ugh. Don't go there, people. It's weird there.
I mean, the title is pretty much self-explanatory. The guy, college student, was drunk and being filmed biting the head off of a live hamster.
I mean, I hate hamsters, but that's not cool.
No, that's not cool. And that's just... why?
It's a fucking frat boy.
I guess, if I'm reading this right, he pulled it from a backpack, and then he leered at the crowd, and then took a bite, spit out the head on the ground, and threw the rest over a fence. The crowd, from the sound of this, there's a lot of people around. There's a live video. I don't know if I really want to watch it.
No.
I'll
I'll watch a guy getting his head hacked off, but I will not watch it. I don't want to see a
No,
hamster.
no.
Like I said, I fucking hate hamsters, too.
Well, it got... This video got so much feedback and views at this point that PETA's actually manhunting him down.
Well, fuck Peter. But,
Yeah, fuck PETA, but...
he's a frat boy, though. The thing about frat boys is they're pretty much all the same.
Yeah.
Like, somebody says I'm dating a frat boy. The next question is never, oh, what's he like?
It's... Really? You're dating a frat
Yeah,
boy?
when someone says I'm dating a frat boy, you know what you're fucking talking about. He's an idiot.
Well, there's... Yes, so the frat boy's typically going to be the jock idiot, and the female's like, all right, you must be dumb enough for me to never want to date you.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that they're bringing up in this article, though, which, I mean, it's true. It's... Then again, as we've already said, it's frat boy, stupid prank, drunk things, whatever.
Sure.
But they're basically saying, there's always the concern and the connection possibly between animal abuse and, future sociological problems, basically, in their life. They're saying you do something like this, well, who's to say that he's not going to have worse issues down the road?
Sure.
I mean, I can't neither confirm or deny that. I don't remember ever abusing an animal as a kid, but...
And now you're a sociopath.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean, they always find these connections. Was it Ted Bundy used to cut up animals?
Yeah.
But, that's a skewed statistic. Because I'm sure there are people who abuse animals and then grow up to be normal. You're only counting the hits and not counting the misses. So, I don't know if there's anything to that. I do know that abusing animals is fucking wrong.
Yep.
Like I said, I don't like hamsters. I don't like dogs, but I won't kick a puppy.
Yeah.
I just won't get a dog.
I like dogs to an extent. I don't like all the ones that I was chased by continuously as a kid. I was that neighborhood kid. Every time I'd ride my bike, I was getting chased by a fucking dog somewhere. You just hear me yelling all like 5 blocks down the street, screaming as I was getting chased by a Doberman Pinscher.
Here's the thing about fucking dogs, though. Anytime I say I don't like dogs, I get the same response. What happened? I'm sorry? What do you mean? What happened that you don't like dogs? What? Like I had an experience? No, the only dog I was around when I was a kid was named Chopper. He was a golden retriever. He was fucking dumb, but he was awesome. But I'm capable of looking at something and deciding whether I like it or not without having had a traumatic experience. Fuck you.
All right.
Next tangent, please.
Yes, next one. Here's a good one for you. Florida man arrives by cab, drunk, to rob a Tallahassee bank and gets tased.
Good on him. No, good on him. Bravo. Bravo. He knew well enough not to drive.
Huh?
Good on him.
Well, I mean, authorities say
Wait right here. I'll be back.
this intoxicated man arrived by taxi to rob a Tallahassee, Florida bank. 47-year-old Stanley Getty demanded $100,000 from bank manager Wednesday afternoon at the Capital City Bank, claiming he had a .357 Magnum and a C4 explosives. Officers said when they arrived at the bank, the cab driver told them that he had not paid his $25.50 fare.
Oh, shithead.
Officers then found him in the bank manager's office, appearing very intoxicated and spaced out. Quotes around that. They say Getty wouldn't follow their commands, prompting them to taser him. No gun or explosives were found.
just so you know, in the past tense, it's tase.
Tased. Well, the quote here said taser
Sure.
him.
Sure.
But yes, tased him. So I guess they're saying that he was arrested and charged with robbery, petty theft, and resisting an officer. He's also being held on 2 probation violations. So yeah, like you said, at least he knew he was too drunk to
At
drive.
least he took a cab, right?
I want to know what would have happened if he was able to walk out with the money and walk back to the cab and be like, drive, go.
We need role models like this.
All right, so we're going to travel back up to Panama City.
We already did Panama City.
Yeah, no, we're going back
We did this
again.
one already.
Have you ever been there, by the way?
I have a friend that lives there.
Okay. I've been there a couple times. I don't remember anything that's crazy, but apparently this year has just been phenomenal for fucking Panama City. Yeah. Panama City, Florida, a man says he was badly beaten by a bartender after refusing to put on his shirt.
The bartender shirt?
No, the man refused to put on his shirt, so the bartender beat the fuck out of him, basically.
Oh, okay. No, I'm with you. That's good.
I'm with him too.
Yeah.
Panama City police say they're investigating the alleged beating, which happened Sunday at the Oasis Lounge. And when police arrived, the bartender said that he hit the man after the man swung at him in dispute over refusal to cover up and put on his shirt. The man had a gash over one eye, busted lip, and was bleeding from one of his ears. No charges have been filed, but an investigation is ongoing.
And every restaurant and place in the world has a no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Unless you go to Margaritaville.
Ugh.
Their logo is
That's
no
how-
shirt, no shoes, no problem.
Oh, fucking Christ. I hate that man so much.
No, you know what bothers me? Being where I work, I see all the tourists every day. When I'm coming in the afternoons and you see people leaving, that's when I get to see the group of teenage boys and adult creepy men that are covered in hair, and then their little 5-year-old boys and girls running around half naked leaving. I'm like, this isn't the fucking beach.
We eat here.
People eat in this area. Put some clothes on your kids. Put some clothes on yourselves. I don't care about the flip flops. You're in fucking Florida.
Ugh.
If you're a tourist, I guess you're allowed to do that.
I hate
But-
flip flops.
The shit that I see walking into work sometimes, it makes me want to hurl, man. It's so nasty, and it's not like I said. It's not like you're at the beach. You're not even at a water park. Why do people feel that it's okay to just walk around like that?
I used to work at the junkyard, and people show up in flip flops and say, "You're fucking joking, right?"
At a junkyard?
Yeah.
Dude, you're gonna get your toes cut off.
Are you fucking kidding me? When was the last time you had your tetanus shot? If you have to think about it, it was too fucking long ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
What else you got?
All right, well, this is actually my my last one of the week.
Okay.
Driver following GPS drives off demolished bridge, and his wife was killed.
Now, R.I.P. for the wife, but I should have fucking looked at the road instead of his map.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess an out-of-town driver following his car's outdated GPS system.
I'm noticing a lot of air quotes from over there, Mike.
Yeah. He drove off a demolished bridge in Indiana, killing his wife in the passenger seat.
No, wait.
I guess this guy's 64 years old. Iftikhar Hussain. He was driving the couple's 2014 Nissan Sentra off of East Chicago's Klein Avenue Bridge, which was closed in 2009 and is barricaded with bright orange barrels and cones. The car burst into flames after the 37-foot plunge to the pavement below.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The bridge was demolished in 2009.
Yes. There was a barricade.
Of road cones and barrels?
Mm-hmm.
You'd think they'd have Jersey barriers or something across there.
So-
Or a fucking sign. Or somebody would have notified the GPS company that that bridge ain't there anymore.
You would think. But even if you take a right and you go through cones and barrels, don't you think maybe I should fucking stop? Yeah. His wife, who's 51, died from the burns. It says he was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Basically, he was following directions from his GPS and didn't look at the fucking road and drove right off a bridge that did not even exist anymore.
Well, if Dakar Hussein the air, you did it wrong.
Jesus Christ. Are we done for the night?
I fucking hope so.
Alright, let's be done for the night. Yep. Fuck off and die.
Join us here next week, and... No, I like your fuck off and die better.